Welcome back to Bountiful Gardens, Hillsboro. Our plants are currently soaking up some midsummer showers, well-deserved after weeks of scorching sun. Cloudy days like these get a lot easier when I can look around and see all of these colorful flowers blooming right back at me. And in order to achieve that image, the more you know, the more you can grow. This week, we're taking a closer look at 3 flowering perennials: Coreopsis, balloon flower, and garden phlox. Now let's get this garden party started. The Coreopsis, one of my favorite plants to use in just about any garden. It works well in a formal setting, it works well in an English cottage setting. There's so many different varieties and so many different color choices that Coreopsis can work just about anywhere. It does require full sun, well-drained soil, slightly drier soil. As long as you can meet those requirements, the choices for Coreopsis are pretty much limitless. A lot of the varieties do come in shades of oranges and reds, which work really well with any of your fall decor.
Coreopsis is a really neat and compact plant, usually staying from about 12 inches all the way to 24 inches tall and wide. It doesn't need deadheading, which is great, though it doesn't hurt. But what's also great about this plant is it attracts tons of bees to your garden. Leaf bees, minor bees, bumblebees, honeybees. So if you're looking for a pollinator garden plant, this is the one for you. Did you know Coreopsis comes in a tall size? Well, here you have it, Coreopsis atripis, or tall Coreopsis. Similar to its cousins, the lanceleaf and the threadleaf Coreopsis, this one is drought tolerant. However, it would really appreciate a little bit more moisture in the soil. Some great companion plants for Coreopsis would be Panicum virgatum, which is my favorite native grass. Another would be Montauk daisies, which are great for late season interest. And these are Merlot echinaceas. All of these plants like similar soil types. They like full sun, so all of these are great companion plants.
Because the flowers of Coreopsis are so vibrant and striking, the flower heads were usually ground up and used in pigments and dyes. They could also be steeped in a tea, which you would use to treat stomach ailments, regulate your blood sugar levels, and they've been found to increase insulin sensitivity. The flower heads are also really delicious in a tea. They pair really well with things like lavender or mint to make a really nice, mild garden summer tea.
Like Dan said earlier, Coreopsis will bloom for you all summer long and come in native varieties, such as this Tall Tickseed, and in cultivars like the ones in front of me.
With all the varieties we have here at Bountiful Gardens, there's sure to be a Coreopsis that's perfect for your garden. Up next is a festive little flower that has a lot to offer for your landscape. Let's float on over to the balloon flower. You know, it's always a really comforting feeling when we get the balloon flower in here at the nursery, because I know we're going to have a flower that's in bloom all the way through till fall. So that means happiness in your garden without all the worry of deadheading, continuous watering, continuous fertilizing, an extremely low maintenance plant. This beautiful, dainty little flower is actually native to Asia, which gives it its other moniker, Chinese bellflower. As the flower starts to form, it bubbles up a little bit and holds together at the top, forming a balloon. If you get a little squeeze, sometimes you'll get a pop out of it. Every time I look at this plant, I think of a platypus. Why, you ask? Well, the name of the plant is called Platycodon, so every time I look at it, I think platypus. And now you will too. You're welcome.
If you're looking for a plant that's neat, low to the ground, compact, long-lasting blooms, have we got the plant for you. Balloon flower is a great plant for your summer garden, coming in blues, whites, blushed pinks, purples, and is a great plant for any edge of your garden. Balloon flower gets about 12 to 18 inches tall and wide, with some varieties getting all the way up to 30 inches tall and wide. But overall, it's a pretty low and compact perennial for your garden. It prefers full sun to part sun and needs well-drained, moist soil.
So some great companion plants for balloon flowers are going to be Coreopsis, garden phlox, Rudbeckias, coneflowers, pretty much any full sun-loving perennial.
Not only is the balloon flower incredibly unique, it originated in northeastern Asia, so it's been used for centuries in all sorts of traditional Eastern medicine. The plant was commonly boiled and used to treat stomach ailments, inflammation. It's really rich in antioxidants, and the roots of the plant are also edible and used in a lot of Korean dishes, usually served with bibimbap or pickled and used as banchan.
Balloon flowers bring excitement into the garden for people of all ages. I love watching them burst into bloom, and as Joe said, they'll continue doing that all summer.
balloon flower, a fun and long-lasting bloomer that you just have to find a spot for in your garden. Closing out our deep dive this week is a true cottage garden classic, the garden phlox. Let's take a closer look at these soft, sweet blooms. No English cottage garden would be complete without the garden phlox. Each stalk produces a cluster of these dainty little flowers, and they come in all different shades of pinks, whites, and purples. Once it starts blooming, probably holds its bloom longer than any other flower that we have here at the nursery. This plant will grow about 2 to 3 feet tall, some varieties a little smaller, some a little bigger. It does appreciate a little bit of a wetter soil, so if you've got a spot in your garden that's a little low and holds a little bit more moisture, then this would be a perfect plant for that spot.
If you're looking for a tall, long-lasting bloom in your summer garden, garden phlox is the perfect plant for you. It's got a really nice sweet scent that the butterflies love, and so do the bees. Garden phlox has a really long bloom time, blooming early summer all the way till early fall. Typically, it will also rebloom if you cut it back. This sun-loving perennial needs moist, well-draining soil in order to thrive in your garden.
So some good companion plants for the garden phlox is going to be big blue stem, which provides a nice, beautiful backdrops, mountain mints, some great blue lobelia, and aronia, which provides nice autumn colors in the fall.
Garden phlox has also been used in the past medicinally, usually boiled in an infusion and used to treat inflammation, as an antihistamine, or it can be used as a rinse for eczema or boils. The flowers are also edible and have a mild peppery flavor to them, so you can actually sugar them and use them to decorate cakes and pastries.
One fun fact about garden phlox is that they are extremely cold hardy, withstanding temperatures down to -30 degrees.
Now that you're equipped with all of these plant facts, why don't you come on over to Bountiful Gardens so you can pick out the best Coreopsis, balloon flower, and garden phlox for your landscape. And we'll be here, ready to help you every step of the way. So thanks again for joining us on another deep dive into some perennial favorites. And if you're liking our videos, please make sure to leave us a like, a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of this amazing content that we're making for you. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.